AT&T's It Can Wait program has been a priority of ours since 2008. We sell very exciting products and services that changes people's lives, changes society, and we love when people use them. However, we began to see people use our technology and services inappropriately, texting specifically, and in young teens. We've seen people using them texting and driving. So as a company, we decided, hey, we need to do something about it. We started the It Can Wait program. The first step AT&T has taken for the It Can Wait program is to make the public aware. We garnered the support of 1,500 organizations to create awareness out in the society. We go to schools to make young teens and parents and teachers aware of the dangers of texting and driving. We want to make this as socially unacceptable as drinking and driving. We also started our It Can Wait website, where you can go on the website and take the pledge. People can go onto the AT&T's itcanwait.com website to take the pledge, which is to pledge not to text while driving. One of the major parts of AT&T's It Can Wait campaign is the pledge. And that pledge simply states, I will not text while I'm driving, and I'm going to be safe. We garnered support of 1,500 different organizations, including all the major cell phone carriers, to make society aware of the dangers of texting and driving. That's the most important thing that we can do, is to make people aware and to make it as socially unacceptable as drinking and driving. Over 5 million people have taken the pledge so far to not text while driving. Statistics tells us that 98% of drivers know that texting while driving is dangerous, yet over half of them still continue to do so. However, 1 in 3 people that have taken the pledge, who have dedicated, say, hey, I will not text and drive, have said, hey, I've changed my driving habits and I no longer text and drive. We're also connecting with individuals on their social feeds. So we just started a program called #X. #X means, hey, I'm driving, I cannot talk right now. So what we're doing is, having people go onto their Facebook accounts, or if they send out group text messages, to let their friends know, their family know, and their social associates know that, hey, I'm driving right now and I cannot text. So I also had a personal experience texting while driving, which caused me to get into an accident about 8 years ago. So I'm familiar with it. It hits home with me because it took me a split 3 seconds to look down to respond to a text. As soon as I looked right up, boom, I rear-ended somebody. Also, statistics shows us that 5 seconds to reply or to look at a text message at 55 miles per hour is equivalent to driving in the length of a football field blindfolded. There are several ways that people can get the message across that, hey, I will not text and drive. One is by #X, all your friends or your family members or your social associates, #X. The second way to do that is for all of our AT&T users with Android devices. You can go into the Google Play Store and download AT&T Drive Mode application. And what that Drive Mode application does, it alerts any incoming calls, it silences them. Also, it silences all text messages and then allows for you to set up a custom message which tells anyone who texts you that, hey, I'm driving right now and I will respond to you when I'm not driving anymore. And those are the type of habits that we got to continue to practice. Those are the things that we have to continue to do as a society to change the behavior of texting while driving. Parents and grandparents can enforce the Drive Mode app through their parental controls. You have the ability to look when your teen or your grandchild has the application turned off, and then you can also see who's allowed to call them while the app is on. AT&T also created a driving simulator program that we take out to events in the community and when we visit schools. The simulator allows for teens, whoever's using the simulator, to actually experience in a safe environment how unsafe it is to text while driving. At the events, it's an eye-opener for the teenagers, for the teachers, and people who experience a driving simulation. They see how dangerous and how in that split of a second you can get in an accident and how dangerous it is to respond to a text while you're driving. Teens are a big part of our It Can Wait program. You have young teens, fresh, just hitting the road, coming off vacations, going on vacations, so they're actively our new drivers on the road. And texting is it's a habit in itself to always want to know what's going on my social network feed, who's texting me right now. So those teens are intrigued by those things, and we want to create awareness to those teenagers that, hey, it's not safe to text and drive. You can get in an accident, you can get injured, and the worst cause, you can actually lose your life if you're texting while driving. So, creating awareness, letting them know early that they have to change those behaviors extremely early. And then 77% of teens actually see their parents who tell them, hey, do not text and drive, or 41% see their parents texting while they're driving. So, adults and guardians and grandparents also have to practice the behavior not to text and drive. 20% of teens have admitted that they respond to multiple text messages while driving. And 98% of all drivers admit that 50% of the time they text while driving. So it's a behavior that has to change, a habit that has to stop. AT&T's a telecommunication company, and we're involved in the community. And we understand that people use our service as text messaging, but we want them to use it responsibly and not pick up the behaviors of texting while driving. So that's why the whole awareness of It Can Wait, that no text is worth for life, is so important. As an AT&T employee, when we first rolled this out in 2008, we made a commitment, through our different channels, to take the pledge first, and then tell our families and our friends and our other coworkers to take the pledge as well. And in our busy work environment, where we're responding to emails, we're on the phone, we're text messaging, we also made the commitment that any business matter can wait until we're finished driving. People can sign up online, and if you come into an AT&T store, you can take the pledge as well. Advice I would give to parents and grandparents is to, one, take the pledge yourself, be serious about breaking the habit of texting while driving, and then also encourage your family members and your teenagers and your kids and grandkids to take the pledge as well, especially any children that you have actively driving on the road, to take the pledge and make a commitment not to text and drive, and then for you to also practice the behavior of not texting and driving yourself, to set a good example and be a good role model for your grandchildren, children, and teenagers. No text is worth the life. It can wait.
Dispatch from Medic 224, we've got a major with 2 patients involved.
Yeah, I was coming around this way, so just hit me in.
Medic 224 will be transporting code 3 North Hills Medical.
North Hills 532, show me clear. North Hills 532, Tesla.
North Hills 404, myself, 42 clear.
Okay, that's a code 41.
Alarm for patient 224, we're clear of scene available.
Received.
Go ahead, Chief.
I hope you enjoy your new phone. Thank you for choosing AT&T.
Thank you so much.
As you head back to school this fall, remember, don't text and drive. No text is worth the life. It can wait.